Anyone can become a millionaire. Yes, it's true. And the best part, you don't need a huge sum to start. Sometimes, even a small saving like $5 can completely change your life. In this summary, you'll learn about latte factor, how small everyday expenses can make a huge difference in your financial freedom. Pay yourself first. Why investing in your own future before paying others is crucial. Make it automatic. How to set up your savings and investments so they happen automatically. By following these principles, you and your family can envision a secure, better future. And soon, it can become your reality. So, do you want to become a millionaire? Do you want to live a wealthy, happy, and successful life? If yes, listen carefully to this summary. Meeting the Automatic Millionaire David Bach. The author of this book was in his mid-20s when he first met his Automatic Millionaire. At that time, David was teaching an investment class in a local adult education program. One of his students was Jim McIntyre, a 52-year-old middle manager at a utility company, who asked David if he could set up a meeting with him and his wife to discuss their financial situation. Jim was retiring the next month. After 30 years at the same company, their annual income was $40,000. At first glance, David didn't think Jim was wealthy, but then he remembered his grandmother saying, "Never judge a book by its cover." A few days later, Jim and his wife Sue came to David's office. They looked like an ordinary American couple, Jim in a short-sleeved polo shirt, Sue with lightly dyed blonde hair. Both held hands, happy and excited like teenagers. Jim explained their retirement plan. David asked how they had decided to retire so early. They showed their financial documents. The first thing David noticed, no debt. They had fully funded both children's education and owned 2 properties. One home they lived in, $450,000, and a rental property, $325,000. Jim's retirement account had $610,000. Sue's had $72,000. Additionally, they had $160,000 in municipal bonds and $62,500 in cash savings. Their total net worth was around $2 million. When David asked if they had inherited money, Jim said no. They only received financial education from their parents. David had previously taught students who appeared wealthy but were buried in debt. Compared to them, Jim and Sue lived simple lives, yet were financially secure. David finally asked them their secret. The couple shared, "Pay yourself first. As soon as you receive your salary, save a percentage in your 401k and other investment accounts. Focus on the latte factor. Identify small expenses and save them instead." For example, skipping a $5 daily coffee can save $1,800 per year. Make it automatic. Set up savings and investments automatically so a fixed amount goes into your accounts every month. This removes the need for willpower or discipline. Willpower always works against human nature, but automatic savings prevent unnecessary spending. You can also invest in stocks, mutual funds, or index funds. Key takeaway: setting your finances on automatic mode is the true path to becoming an automatic millionaire. In the next chapter, we'll explore each step in detail. The latte factor. Many people think the secret to becoming rich is finding ways to earn more money quickly. They say, "If I could make more money, I'd be rich." How many times have you heard this? But if you ask someone who just got a raise last year whether they saved more, the answer is often no. Why? Because as income rises, expenses rise too. The good news, it doesn't have to be this way. No matter how much you earn, you can become an automatic millionaire. Jim McIntyre also started with just a basic salary. His advice: pay attention to small expenses. We often spend money daily on things we don't really need. Most employees get stuck in the same cycle. Go to work, earn, spend, repeat. Even working 50 hours a week, their savings often remain zero. To secure your future and break free from financial stress, you must break this cycle. The story of David Bach shares the example of his friend Gary, whose salary increased from $50,000 to $500,000. But his expenses grew too. Expensive clothes, a new car, fine dining, luxury vacations. Despite the huge income, Gary still faced financial stress. Why? His high-end lifestyle consumed his earnings. Bigger house, private school fees, club memberships, nannies, expenses kept growing. The latte factor in action. David explains this concept with a student named Kim. Kim said, David, your ideas are great, but they're hard to apply in real life. I'm an employee, my monthly salary barely covers expenses. How can I save $5 a day? Many in the class agreed. To explain, David drew a demo on the blackboard. Kim shared her daily spending. Morning coffee, double non-fat latte, $3.50 non-fat muffin, $1.50. Total morning checker $5. Then at 10 a.m., break. Juice, $3.95. Biloba dose, 50 cents power bar, $1.75 daily total before lunch, $11.20. This was Kim's latte factor. The small, seemingly insignificant daily expenses that add up. If Kim controlled these small purchases, she could save for retirement. Saving $5 per day equals $1,800 per year. Assuming 10% average stock market return by age 65, Kim could have $1.2 million in her account. If her company matched 50% of contributions, annual savings equals $3,000. With compounding, age 65 equals $1,742,467. Kim realized her small latte habit was costing her nearly $2 million. As Einstein said, compounding is the eighth wonder of the world. Key lesson. If you save just 10% of your annual income and invest consistently, you can become a millionaire. Classic starting point, stop spending $5 a day on small, unnecessary items. Coffee, cigarettes, candy, fast food. Redirect that money into investments. Ask yourself, which small daily habit is secretly draining your money? That's your latte factor. And that's what you need to change. Learn to pay yourself first. The latte factor teaches you that you can start building your wealth today. You already earn enough to start saving and investing, and more importantly, you now know what it takes to become rich. But there's a common misconception. Budgeting. Many think that creating a budget alone will lead to financial success. But think, have you ever seen someone truly happy and successful just because they stuck to a budget? In reality, budgeting often fails. Why? Because it feels like living with restrictions. Like dieting has its challenges, budgeting forces people to suppress their desires. Eventually, they break and seek relief through shopping or spending. David Bach offers a simple solution. Pay yourself first. What does paying yourself first mean? Many people, as soon as they receive their salary, start paying everyone else. Rent, taxes, credit cards, phone bills, etc. Whatever little is left, they try to save. But this approach is outdated and flawed. Often, after all the bills are paid, there's nothing left to save. For example, in the US, out of every $1 earned, 27 cents go to federal income tax. 5 cents go to state tax. Social Security and Medicare take a portion as well. Total equals 40 cents gone, only 60 cents remain for you. So instead of paying everyone else first, pay yourself first. How to pay yourself? First, save for yourself before paying anyone else. Invest this money today. It will benefit your future. A practical way, open a pre-tax retirement account like a 401k or IRA. Set it up so money goes into your savings account before taxes are taken out. Ask yourself, who are you really working for? Yourself, your family, or just to pay bills and credit cards? Most people spend the majority of what they earn, leaving very little for future savings. Simple, step-by-step plan. Open a pre-tax retirement account. Contribute 10% of your income every month. Set monthly or yearly automatic contributions. Forget about it. It saves automatically. Example, annual income, $50,000. Monthly equals $4,200. Save approximately $140 per day. Invest consistently for 35 years with 10% annual return. At age 65, you could have $1,678,293.78, over $1 million. Key takeaway, paying yourself first isn't just smart. It's the fastest way to financial security and independence. Now make it automatic. You no longer need to create complex budgets or constantly rely on willpower. Simply make your savings automatic so money flows directly into your investment account without you having to think about it. Set it up once, and every month a portion of your salary will automatically go into your retirement account or index fund. The Jim and Sue McIntyre example. Jim and Sue followed this system for 30 years. They adopted the pay yourself first strategy, automatically investing 15% of their income. Starting point, 4% savings. Gradually increased, 5%, 7%, 10%, eventually 15%. The best part, they didn't have to write checks or track budgets every month. Their automatic system worked on its own, and money was invested consistently. David Bach started with small amounts too. At 25 years old, 1% savings. After 3 months, 3% later increased to 10%, 15%, 20%. Lesson: you can save big even with a simple lifestyle. How to make your savings automatic. Out of sight, out of mind. Money you don't see can't be spent. Pay yourself first. Invest for your future before paying bills or taxes. Once this system is in place, unnecessary spending is minimized and your savings grow effortlessly. Practical steps: open a personal retirement account, 401k or IRA. Set up automatic contributions from your paycheck. Start small, increase gradually, 4%, 7%, 10%, 15%. Take full responsibility. Don't rely on your employer, the government, or anyone else. The power of compounding works best when you start early and stay consistent. Conclusion. 3. Key steps to become an automatic millionaire. Identify your latte factor. Cut small, unnecessary expenses. Pay yourself first. Invest a portion of your income before anything else. Automate your savings. Set it up once and let it grow automatically. Start saving just $5 a day. Pay yourself first. Automate your savings. Do this consistently and you can enjoy a stress-free, financially secure retirement.